Hey there! It's been a while since we last spoke. I've been busy filming lots of content, but I've been recently decided to switch things and do a Q&A video. Here I am. I've noticed that I get the same questions over and over again on Instagram, so I thought it will be a good opportunity to answer some of them and give some insights into my work process. For those who have not been familiar with me, I'm an illustrator and animator who loves to create and share work over the social media. My name is loreta.isac. You can follow me on Instagram or subscribe to this channel if it sounds interesting, the information I'm sharing. In this Q&A video, I'll be answering some of the most frequently asked questions I've received on Instagram. Some of the questions I'll be taking, including whether I've been considering doing a Patreon or teaching a class, what software I use for animation, and tips for camera movement in animation. So, sit back, grab a cup of coffee or a tea if you prefer, and let's get started. First question: which app or software do you use for animation? So, when it comes to creating an animation, I like to have a variety of options in my toolkit. That's why I use a range of different apps and software depending on what I want to create. For example, I'm working on a frame-by-frame animation. I often use Procreate or Calipeg on my iPad Pro. If I'm on my desktop, might use Clip Studio Paint for frame-by-frame animation or After Effects for combining moving images with still images, graphics, 2D shapes and 3D shapes also. Ultimately, the key is to choose the right tool for the job you want to do. I try to stay up to date on the latest apps and software so that I can always have the best options at my disposal. Having a variety of tools allows me to be more flexible. Which app is for frame-by-frame animation? I already mentioned it, but when it comes to frame-by-frame animation, there are a few apps that I like to use. For instance, I find that Procreate and Calipeg are especially useful on iPad Pro, offering a range of features that allows me to create detailed animation. However, if I'm working on my desktop, I tend to use Clip Studio Paint instead. I find that it offers a lot of flexibility and control when creating animation on a larger scale, and I also can move camera. Overall, having a range of different tools at my disposal has allowed me to experiment with different approaches into animation. Procreate or After Effects, it's another question I get a lot. So when making a decision between two programs, it can be challenging. When they both offer different features, one of the programs lacks the frame-by-frame animation capability, while the other one does not offer as many effects for animation as After Effects does. However, it is important to consider the overall usability and functionality on each program. Additionally, it may be helpful to make a research and compare reviews from other users who have used both programs to gain a better understanding of their strengths and weaknesses. Yep, it's really important. Ultimately, with careful consideration and research, you can make an informed decision that best suits your needs and preferences. After Effects or Procreate or maybe Calipeg have some similarities? It's another question I get often. There is no day that can pass without using technology in some way or another. One of the amazing apps that has been developed to enable users to create incredible frame-by-frame animation is Procreate, or you can use Calipeg too. It's a lovely program too. This app is designed for use specifically on the iPad Pro, allowing users to create stunning animations. On the other hand, Adobe After Effects is another powerful app which is mainly used on desktop. Although this is a more complex program, it offers a lot of benefits I already mentioned. Procreate, Calipeg, and After Effects have a timeline features that allows users to control their animation, making it easy to create and modify different frames of animation. So this is the only one similarity, as far as I know. Who did the sound design? Did you make the sound design? I also get a lot of these questions. So from time to time, I do like to create audio or special effects for my animations by using Boombox. It is a complex toolkit you can install in After Effects or Premiere, and I love it. I'm not so professional, but I love to try and mix sounds to see how the sound helps my animation. So yeah, it's a learning process. I noticed that my current struggle with animation camera movement in order to create interesting transitions. Any tips on that? How do you structure your work when it's time to plan a movement? That's a very interesting question. So, camera movement is one of the most essential elements in animation, and it's crucial to master it to bring life to your characters and scenes. As an animator, I understand the importance of camera movement, and I am always trying to learn more about it. This year I made a decision to prioritize to improve my camera movement skills and enhance my artistic vision. Although I don't use camera movement frequently, there are instances where it's necessary to create a more engaging and dynamic composition. For instance, in the animation that I created till now, you can see that I didn't use a lot of camera movement. I started to focus on the transformation to communicate the message that I want, the poetic message. When I plan an animation, I always consider the elements I want to animate and the angles I want to use. It is a crucial process that requires careful consideration as it determines the overall quality of the animation. So, choosing between camera movement and transformation can be a challenging decision. I know that, but I always try to choose the option that best serves the animation's purpose, such as poetic animation. Recently, I started learning Blender, a 3D app software that provides a wide range of tools for creating 2D animation, also 3D animation, but especially camera movement. One of my primary goals in learning Blender was to improve my camera movement skills and use them efficiently in my projects. Finally, Clip Studio Paint is an excellent application that allows you to create camera movements, and yes, it's a lovely app. Where would you recommend a total beginner to start? It's another question that I receive a lot. In addition to practicing or learning from tutorials and courses, there are other ways to improve your skills in animation. Create a list of objects or movements that you are curious about and try to animate them yourself. This path can lead you even to a greater curiosity, because on the road you will face challenges, difficulties. However, this curiosity can also provide the motivation to persist and ultimately succeed in creating the animation you imagine. Additionally, seeking feedback from others and experimenting with different techniques can also help expand your skills and knowledge in this field. Remember, becoming a skilled animator takes time and this dedication, but with persistence and passion for learning, you can achieve your goals. Another question: have you considered doing Patreon or class? I have received this question many times and I'm currently working on it. My plan is to create a comprehensive course that will provide a step-by-step approach to sharing my process. I'm still undecided on the platform that I will use to host the course, but I will definitely keep you informed once a decision has been made. Additionally, I believe that creating a Twitch account may be beneficial in terms of providing live demonstration and interaction. So please let me know your thoughts in the comment section below this video. Lastly, thank you so much for your questions and support. I truly appreciate it, and I am excited to share my knowledge with you all. Thank you and bye bye.